Hello everybody, welcome to the April monthly review. I've been doing this for, this is the 4th month, so we're already a third of the way through the year, which is really weird to think about, but that's cool, I guess. I only have 15 albums this month, although I did do 4 individual reviews, so that evens out. Let's just jump right in. I'm mad that more people aren't talking about this, and I want them to. I thought this was going to be a big deal, considering a producer and 3, not big necessarily, but 1 was big, and 2 are pretty big in the hip-hop circle. I thought this was gonna, blow people away, and I was gonna get, full-length reviews, and I thought, maybe I'll just wait till the monthly thing because I'm gonna get blown out of the water anyway. I could have done a fucking review on this, and I would have been good. But no. This was a perfectly great album. There was 2 tracks I would be willing to skip, Ready for Love and Revenge of the Cool, which are back-to-back on the track list. But other than those 2 tracks, this album's fucking phenomenal. All 3 of the singles slap, and they slapped even harder. Ain't No Fun is by far my favorite one, and Put You On is fucking great. No Singles has this choir intro, has a beat switch in the last 20 seconds, and the beat is hella good both times. Big Crit, Wiz Khalifa, and Smoke DZA bring some of their best bars and flows to this album for no goddamn reason other than, I don't know, to show people. I don't know. It's a great album. I highly recommend checking it out. It's only half an hour, so yeah, take a listen, I guess. Red Hot Chili Peppers came out with their first album in half a decade, and it's pretty good. The big thing here is that John, Frusciante, I think, has returned on guitar, which really helps this thing when everyone else decides to fucking phone it in. Seriously, some of the bass lines on this thing just do not hit. Flea is fucking it up. And Anthony, some of the times he's talking, just fucking in one ear out the other. But those guitar lines are always really solid. There's not a single one I can say that I hate. Definitely check out the singles, specifically Black Summer. And then if you want a deep cut, try What You Thinking. This new mixtape from Dreamville and DJ Drama is pretty good. By far the best act on here is J. Cole. He's on 3 of the songs here, and all 3 of those songs slap. JID is close second, and Ari Lennox is really good too. Earth Gang is the only one I hate on this album. But yeah, the beats are solid, the flows are almost always on point, and there's always some good lyrics to be had. It's a perfectly good album. Now, this is the shit I'm talking about. I know Vane FM haven't been the greatest as people. I'm not too sure what the allegations are because I haven't looked into them much yet. But I just, right before this, I was scrolling on YouTube and I just saw Vane FM accusations, and I thought, fuck. But yeah, this is a really great album. Really great metal album, for sure. The Killing Womb is fucking incredible. Inside Design, Hell Night, Orgy in the Morgue is the magnum opus of this album. Always some great guitars and the headbangers on this thing. Holy shit. Wet Leg. They put out a perfectly acceptable debut. Sure, the singles were really good, and I really wanted this to be better, but it just wasn't. It's not bad. I do recommend checking it out, but it's not what I expected, or I don't think anyone expected. Great guitar work, great vocals, though. I will give it that. This Jack White album is really goddamn good. I was not expecting this. Even some of the singles that I didn't like Taking Me Back and Heidi Ho, grew on me. While I still don't like Heidi Ho, Taking Me Back is a pretty good song. However, every single that I already liked have become some of the best tracks on this album, plus a couple deep cuts. For singles, you got The White Raven, you got the title track, Jesus fucking Christ, and you got What's the Trick? What's the Trick being my favorite. And then for deep cuts, you got, of course, That Was Then, This Is Now, Into the Twilight, Morning, Noon, Night, and Shedding My Velvet. There's not a dull moment on this album, and that's not necessarily a good thing because Heidi Ho and Misophobia, but it's not a bad thing because I'd much rather have interesting bad than dull bad. So, highly recommend this. Jack White's guitar playing is on point as always. It's way more experimental than any of the White Stripes stuff or the Rock on Tour stuff, but it's a lot more like Boarding House Reach. Is it Boarding House Reach? Or Border Reaching House or something? I don't know. His previous effort. Father John Misty put out an album, and it's pretty good. It's the same sort of thing I had with Wet Leg just a second ago, is that it's not as good as I wanted it to be. The singles would point to it being great, aside from fucking Funny Girl, which I don't understand why everyone loves. The singles were all really good, especially the Next 20th Century, the title track. And most of the deep cuts were really good, but there's just a couple of songs that bog it down for me. Specifically, Funny Girl, Only a Fool, and Kiss Me I Loved You. Not Kiss Me I Loved You, fuck. Everything But Her Love. Jesus Christ, Carson. This has some really great strings. It's not at all anything that Father John Misty did before. He was known as being sarcastic and sort of a loudmouth, a sailor mouth, but I still do recommend this. Not only did Ramona Park break this guy's heart, but this album broke my heart. It was not as good as I wanted it to. It's very mediocre for me. I wish this was a lot better. There are tracks on here that are really good. DJ Quick, When the Sparks Fly, Paper Cuts, Little Lemonade, Player Ways, and of course the blues. However, there's just too much filler on this thing. Magic, Bang That, The Spirit of Monster Cody, which I understand is an interlude, but still. Mama's Boy, Slide, God, I hate Slide. Praying on 'em, no, it ain't religion, is the shittiest line Vince Staples has ever spit, and I hate it. This album, I wish it was a lot better. Ricky Montgomery put out a new EP, and it's good. Skip the intro and the interlude, but other than that, every song in here is worth listening to. Sorry for Me, the single which made my top 50 last year for songs. Talk to You is pretty good. It's melodic. And Settle Down is just a vibe, really. I love it. This is not a great EP, but it's a good EP. I think it's worth checking out. The Regrets have put out their third album, and I think it's their second best album. I do love Why Do You Love? However, I think this is a worthy follow-up. There's only a handful of tracks I'd skip. La-Di-Da, Homesick, You're So Fucking Pretty, and Step 9 are probably those. But other than those, I mean, this is suitable. There's not much more to it. Oh yeah, Bullin' for Soup put out their new album, Pop Drunk Snot Bread, with the worst cover a Bowling for Soup album has had ever and the worst name. However, this is some of the best stuff Bowling for Soup has put out since the 2000s. Greatest of All Time is a great intro. It's pretty funny. It's more poking fun at itself rather than actually trying to prove a point. Hello Anxiety is a nice, deeper cut that just makes you feel stuff, I guess. More describes his relationship with mental health. Getting Old sucks, but everybody's doing it. I have audibly laughed at that song so many times. It's unreal. Bowling for Soup, Pee Break, and Public Service Announcement have fucking Morgan Freeman on it, so that's great. June Carter, Cash, Lost and Found, solid guitar, it fucking slaps. This album is really good. At its best is great pop punk, but at its worst is just cringy. I Want to Be Brad Pitt, for example, has the type of energy that Joyner Lucas's Will had. Yeah. Or Alexa Bliss. It's a solid intro. However, the chorus is really shitty. It's like, I wish every girl was like Alexa Bliss. Really shitty sentiment. Fuck. Or the Letter 3 sitcom song. It's a really bad metaphor. That's the whole thing. Is that life is like a sitcom, because no matter how low you'll get, you'll never be fully sunken. You know what I mean? It's shit. But overall, this album's pretty good. Yeah. Young Lean made a mixtape that I listened to, and it was incredibly mediocre. I'm coming to think of it, there's not very many bad albums this month. It's just really mediocre or lowering expectations of albums. Nothing really terrible. And this is no exception. I mean, there are songs on here like Gold and All the Things and Paradise Lost that are really good. And then there's songs like Lips and Stare to the Rainbow, or Bliss. I'm pretty sure I fucked that up, but that are just bad. Pusha T put out an album. It's a Pusha T album, and it's really great. I love this. There's only one skippable track here, and it's Dreamin' of the Past. Everything else is worth listening to. Miss Scene Queen put out her debut EP, Bimbo Core. It's some decent pop metal, if that's what you want to call it. There's some really great breakdowns and some really great screams, but it's all kind of overshadowed by the idea that she's trying to mix this, and that there's just not enough room on this EP for that idea to be expanded upon. And closing us out is Kalani. I really like this album, like a lot. This is probably one of my favorites this month. There's not even a skippable track here for me. Everything here is worth taking a listen to, whether in the context of the album or not. Except for maybe the interludes. While they're not bad interludes, especially Shooter interlude, that thing's fucking great. Everything interlude is just an interlude, and there's not much more to say. It's literally just an interlude of strings. Everything else, though, take a listen, even the Justin Bieber track. Thank you for watching this monthly roundup. I've been a bit tired lately, so maybe that's why I got this out in May. But if you enjoyed, I'd feel great if you drop a like and subscribe. But more than anything, have a great day, week, evening, month, life. Whatever you're doing, make it great. Peace.